Number 9, it's Jim Cruz, your fourth fast qualifier, alongside third fast time with Bob Justice. Car number 10 is next from Grove City. It's Robin Pennington, and your fast qualifier tonight, Randy Sword. We understand Randy drew a 12. A 12 for the inversion. 12 cars will be inverted in the feature. Jim Cruz, the leader in car number 9. Bob Justice now slips to second. 4 cars, 4 laps. They'll have 3 to go this time. Jim Cruz, your leader. Robin Pennington second. White flag this time. And your winner will be Jim Cruz. Jim Cruz in car number 9 takes the Trophy Dash win, his first Trophy Dash of the 1992 racing season. Cruz's car is sponsored by Bob Evans Restaurant, CNC Collisions. Jerry Rayner in car number 4. Out of Rayner in car 37. The driver is George Glick. Row number 2 in car 2, Don Gregory Jr. And alongside in 72, Craig Parker. The throw in car number 22, Donald Parsons III, and outside of him, car 27, Jerry Buck. Making up the final row, car 65 is Scott Murray, and car 25, Jim Kidd. For the man, we've got a problem on car 37 of George Glick. Looked like the throttle stuck on that car when he went to go racing. The front tires were smoking. He was obviously on the brakes. Don Gregory Jr. lead him around. Now Don Gregory Jr., your leader. Donald Parsons moves up to second. 8 laps to go. They'll have actually 7 laps to go this time. Down, coming around. This will be 3 laps complete this time. Your leader is still Don Gregory Jr. Running second is Donald Parsons III, and fourth, make that third, is Craig Parker. So again, this is halfway. The sign. The sign is incorrect at this point. There are 4 laps complete, 4 laps down. Don Gregory Jr. the leader, 5 laps down this time. Flag this time. Don Gregory Jr., your leader, he rounds 4 and heads for home. Second goes to Donald Parsons. Third is Craig Parker. And fourth is Jerry Buck. Late Models Limited Sportsman and Street Stock plus the ARCA Pro 4s. And 2 weeks from tonight, the Granger Select NASCAR Legends race with David Pearson, Donnie Allison, Buddy Baker, and Cale Yarborough here at the Speedway. The gates open at 5 on that night, and autographs around 5:30, so you need to get here early if you're interested in an autograph. That's 2 weeks from tonight on June 6th. Now the lineup for this, the second Limited Sportsman Heat Race. Charlie Osborne in 02 alongside 53 Russ Bobb. Then comes Mike Rush in 98 and Mike Brown alongside. Ken Swart is next, along with Don Renner, Sam Heckman, and Zero Hill in 0. Russ Bobb, the leader, in car 53. Russ Bobb from Beaver Creek, Ohio, he's the leader. 1 lap down, they'll complete 2 this time by. A tight battle continues for that second spot. Now Bob begins to back up toward the pack a little bit, and Mike Brown will move to the outside to challenge the leader halfway this time. Osborne the leader. Don Renner now moves to the outside of the blue, or make that green and white 02 car. The lead battle, a good one, with Osborne down low and Renner alongside. White flag awaits the drivers this time. close. Osborne on the low side will be your winner. Second is Don Renner. Third, Mike Rush. And fourth, Ken Sword. The inversion pill drawn by late model fast qualifier Gary St. Amant, a 10, which means he will start 10th, and the 10th fastest qualifier on the pole. That's how many cars we invert, and that is determined by a draw done by the fast qualifier, a blind draw. The lineup on the pole in car number 19 from Centerville, Ohio, Carlton Smith, and outside of him in car 61, your feature winner on opening night here at the races, it's Mike Ward. Second row, feature winner 1 week ago, car number 83 out of Pickerington, Ohio, Lonnie Rush Sr. And on the tail, from Columbus, ASA stalwart, Gary St. Amant. 4 laps. Mike Ward jumps out to the lead. He leads over Gary St. Amant. Now Lonnie Rush third. Smith is fourth. St. Amant stalks the leader down the backstretch. They'll get the halfway signal this time. Tries the inside, but he can't squeeze in. Oh, close. Your winner, Mike Ward. Second goes to St. Amant. Third, Lonnie Rush. And fourth, Carlton Smith. Pole in car number 12 from Columbus, it's Denny Dean. Alongside car 27, Gene Harsh. The second row in car 21, driven in a heat race tonight by Ed Duncan. And outside in car number 6, that is Gary Williams. Row number 3 in the black, number 23, Danny Brown, and alongside of him in 59, Burgess White. And then comes car number 4, Larry Harris. 10 laps for the late model first heat race. Gene Ginn off to an early lead over Denny Dean. Now Ed Duncan moving in car 21 on the outside of Denny Dean. So Gene Ginn getting some heavy pressure now from Ed Duncan. Duncan with a half car length down the backstretch. And your new leader is Ed Duncan. this time by. Larry Harris is now third. Carlisle, Ohio, tries to move on the inside of Gene Ginn, and Larry Harris still racing for that spot. 8 laps this time. White flag for Eddie Duncan on car 21. Tight battle for that second and third spot. Now Burgess White is third, but your winner will be Ed Duncan. Second goes to Larry Harris, third Burgess White, and fourth Gene Ginn. Side out of New Albany, Ohio. Car number 86, the driver is Skip Thornton. Randy Maynard Jr. is next in car number 39, and beside him, Reynoldsburg, Ohio driver Bobby Edwards. The next driver in line in car number 04 is Gene Harsh, and with him in that row, car number 1, Terry Humphrey. And finally on the tail, car number 5, Dick Dunleavy Jr. For the second late model heat race. The leader is Larry Harris. Second, Skip Thornton. Slows abruptly on the backstretch. Bobby Edwards makes contact. Dunleavy Jr. in the infield. We're not sure if there's a problem with that car. Your leader is Larry Harris. Skip Thornton starts second. Holds on to that narrow margin over Skip Thornton. 4 laps down this time. the back bumper of Larry Harris. They'll complete 6 laps this time. 4 remain. Flag this time. Thornton continues to look for a way around the 47 car. Randy Maynard is third, Gene Harsh fourth. Now Thornton will go to the outside. And the winner, car 47, Larry Harris. Thornton narrowly holds on to second spot. Third will go to Randy Maynard Jr. and fourth, Gene Harsh. Outside of him in car number 92, currently fourth in the late model track point standings and second in the limited sportsman point standings, it's Don Renner. In the second row, car number 70, the 1990 limited sportsman track champion Joe Hill. And alongside in car number 9, Danny Eves, a feature winner a week ago. The next row consists of car 51, Bobby Fye, and car number 26, Bill Cantley, and finally car number 98, Mike Rush. 7 cars will race 10 laps for the third late model heat race. False start, Robbie Dean off much quicker than Don Renner. We're not sure who took off too soon and who didn't, but there was a miscommunication at any rate on the start of that race. So we'll line them up and get ready to go again. Have a couple of messages. Bobby Lilly to the Speedway office, please, at the base of the tower, and Johnny Blevins to the base of the tower as well. Bobby Lilly and Johnny Blevins to the base of the tower, please. Robbie Dean is the leader. Don Renner is second. Joe Hill third. Now Dan Eves moves on the outside of Joe Hill. slipping at the heels of race leader Robbie Dean. Meantime, Dan Eves has moved around Joe Hill for third spot. 4 laps this time. Tries to squeeze inside of the Big Bird in turn 2. He can't make it stick. Still Robbie Dean the leader, but Don Renner continues to hammer away on the inside. White flag this time. Danny Eves is third, Joe Hill fourth. Winner, Robbie Dean. Don Renner comes home second. Third goes to Danny Eves, and fourth, Joe Hill. Street stock competition, and alongside in car number 12, Don Parsons. The second row, substituting in that car number 77 tonight, is Heavy Hill, and alongside of Heavy in car 66, Paul Baker Jr. Cars, 4 laps. DeFelice the leader in car 44. Big Daddy Don Parsons in car number 12 trying to hang on the outside. They'll get the halfway signal this time around. White flag. Heavy Hill stalks the leader, Joe DeFelice, down the backstretch. Hill will go to the outside in turns 3 and 4. But your winner will be Joe DeFelice. Heavy Hill finishes second. Third is Paul Baker Jr. And fourth, Don Parsons. First Trophy Dash win of 1992 for Joe DeFelice. Sponsors on this car include Clyde Trowbridge is on the pole inside of car 08. Bruce Holmes. In the second row, car number 33, that's Jim McCauley, and car 60, make that car 63, Selena Osborne. Brian New is on the inside of the third row, along with car 14, Jim New. Then comes car number 72, that's Rick Honecker, and 70 is Carl Thompson. Next up, it's car 30, that's Bill Hunley, and number 18, Bo Davis. 8 laps for the first street stock heat race. Your leader is Jim New in car number 14. Second is Jim McCauley. Third is Brian New, because Selena Osborne has been disqualified for running into somebody down there. Yeah, it was 08 of Bruce Holmes she nailed. So she is out. Your leader is Jim New in car 14. 4 laps now down, 4 to go. Is the leader. 08 is a lap down. He is not running second. Your second place car in the race is car 33, Jim McCauley. Third in car number 41 is Brian New. And fourth, car 70, Carl Thompson. White flag awaits Jim New, this time past the start-finish line. Now Brian New moves around Jim McCauley for second. And the winner is Jim New. Brian New is second, Jim McCauley third, Carl Thompson fourth. And I believe, well, I'll have to check and see who is fourth. There were a couple of the cars a lap down there. I think Bo Davis comes home fourth. I'm not sure. I think both the 72 and the 08 car were a lap down. Taylor on the pole alongside Randall Borman in 87. The second row, car 25, is Bubba Parsons. And car number 36, that's Jimmy Romans. In row number 3, Mike Hamilton in car 24, and alongside in 27, Dave Dysinger. 35 is next, that's Tom Idle. And 00 is Ron Mangus. Next comes Butch McAllister in car number 3, car 43 Mike Schweier, and car number 28 Fred Hartzell. These gentlemen will have 8 laps awaiting them in the second street stock heat race. Randall Borman. Mike Taylor is second, Mike Hamilton third, but he's about to put Taylor back to third. Flags will signify halfway for Randall Borman this time around. Second is Mike Hamilton, third Mike Schweier, and fourth Dave Dysinger. Taylor is back to fourth. Make that fifth. Taylor is fifth. Flag for Randall Borman. And the winner of the second street stock heat race, Stormin Randall Borman. Second is Mike Hamilton, third Mike Schweier, and fourth Dave Dysinger. Finishing fifth, Fred Hartzell. The next event, the late model last chance race. So make that B main. The late model B main is next. After that, we will have a brief intermission, and then we'll get on with the feature racing program. Ohio, alongside in 59 out of Columbus is Burgess White. In row number 2, car 23 is driven by Danny Brown, and car number 6, Gary Williams. Well, wait a minute. Maybe I got my lineup mixed up. Let's see, 23 and then 6, Gary Williams. That's correct. Next in car 21 is Ed Duncan, and alongside in 27, Gene Ginn, and on the tail in car number 12, Denny Dean. For the late model last chance race, Larry Harris, Burgess White, Danny Brown and Gary Williams, Ed Duncan, Gene Ginn, and Denny Dean. now. Burgess White, the leader. He's followed by Larry Harris and Danny Brown. This time, 4 laps in the record books. Flag for Burgess White, this time passed. And Burgess White is the winner. Finishing second is Larry Harris. Third goes to Greg Markham. Fourth is car number 6, Gary Williams. And number 22, a driver change in 22. Tonight in the feature, that will be driven by Walt Kimball. Walt Kimball in car number 22. So 35 laps await these drivers. They're paced around there by the Bob Evans pace car. Charlie Osborne and Russ Bob on the front row. One lap complete, 1 lap down. Your leader is Russ Bob. Second is Mike Brown. Third, Charlie Osborne. Mike Brown takes over. Russ Bob back to second. Zero Hill moving on the outside of Charlie Osborne. cars that must be moved, an Astro FJM 383 and a blue GMC KBZ 982. These vehicles must be moved. They must be moved or they will be towed. And Jim Kidd. 5 laps are complete. Makes his way around Charles Osborne, rushes up to 4th. Your leader is Mike Brown. For that second spot. Mike Rush trying to move around Russ Bob. Mike Rush is second. Russ Bob third. Ken Sword is fourth. Your leader is Mike Brown in 20. Halfway for Mike Brown. And Jerry Buck with a spin on the front stretch in car number 27. Mike Rush, or make that Mike Brown, leads the field around for a restart. heavy pressure to Mike Brown, leader. 15 laps to go. Even with Mike Brown in turn 3. Ken Sword moves to third. Ken Sword is third. Kimball. They're followed by Zero Hill.
A sudden rain shower in last night's caution has postponed the race until the Sunday, the 24th. So it is now 1 day later, and we're ready to resume the Sportsman feature race with 23 laps completed.
Set the stage a little bit for you. Mike Brown started this event in 4th spot. Mike Rush started 3rd. Brown broke to the lead early. Had a considerable lead when Mike Rush moved into 2nd spot. There was a yellow flag which closed the field up about the 15th lap. Michael moved beside Mike Rush, meaning moved beside Mike Brown on a couple occasions, but never could make the pass stick. So he'll start behind Brown on the restart. Ken Sword moved into 3rd spot about lap 17, and he too looks to be a threat to the 2 leaders. Driver white flag this time by from starter John Knuckles, and a restart the next time around. Mike Brown, Mike Rush, and Ken Sword, your top 3. 12 laps to go. Don Gregory Jr. continues to move in car number 2. He's working his way around Charlie Osborne, but the lead battle heats up. Mike Rush wastes no time going to the outside of leader Mike Brown. Now Ken Sword looks to get under both of them, but he can't make the pass stick. Rush with an advantage in turns 3 and 4. Mike Brown loops it in turn number 2. Looks like, Craig Parker just barely bumps into Mike Brown after spinning to avoid that tangle. Remain in this 35-lap event. Another driver who looked to be on the move was Bob Justice. Justice has never won a limited sportsman race here at the Speedway. Justice and Don Gregory Jr. and Sam Heckman all on the move. And Mike Rush, your leader. And a yellow flag. We have a yellow flag. We have a rule here to keep the guys from jumping on the restarts. And when somebody does that, when they pull alongside and try to take advantage on a restart, we put them to the tail of the event and get another green out. That's the case with Randy Sward. Randy Sward pulled outside of Craig Parker over in turn number 3. Raced Craig back to the start-finish line on the outside of Parker. These drivers must stay in single file fashion until they get onto the straightaway, and Randy Sward did. Moving around Don Gregory Jr. in car 17. Heckman started clear back in 17th spot. He is now 5th. Laps for Mike Rush. This time it's Mike Rush, Ken Sward, Bob Justice, and now Sam Heckman, 4th spot. The white flag this time for Mike Rush. And Mike Brown with another spin in turn number 2. Again, Sward takes up the battle with Mike Rush for the lead. White flag. Mike Rush The defending track champion in the limited sportsman division will be your Memorial Day Championship winner. Second goes to Ken Sward. Third, Bob Justice. Fourth is Sam Heckman. Fifth, unofficially, Russ Bob. And sixth, Don Gregory Jr. I'll get you a top 10 rundown as soon as possible. So again, the big mover in that event, all the way back from 17th spot, was the current point leader, Sam Heckman, in car number 17. So Michael will be anxious to make this victory lane celebration brief, as he has another race to run, a 75-lapper. Your Bob Evans Memorial Day Classic winner, Mike Rush. Mike Rush, the winner. Second place was Ken Sward. Third, Bob Justice in car 29. That probably one of Bobby's best finishes in a race here at the Speedway. And fourth spot was Sam Heckman. Fifth, Russ Bob. Sixth position, Don Gregory Jr. Seventh was Charlie Osborne. Finishing eighth, Robin Pennington. Ninth, Zero Hill. And 10th, Randy Sward. So that's your top 10 in the Limited Sportsman feature event. Starting in front, in car number 92, from Columbus, Ohio, the Renner Towing entry, it's Donnie Renner. First full season of late model competition for that driver, alongside the 1990 Limited Sportsman Track champion. It's Joe Hill from Germantown, Ohio. Row number 2, the car number 9, the race, one of the feature winners from a week ago, Danny Eves, and alongside in car number 51, the 1989 Street Stock Track champion here at the Speedway, Bobby Fye. Car number 26 is next. That's Bill Cantley from Columbus. And outside in the M&M Head Service entry, car number 98 from Powell, Ohio, the gentleman who just won the Limited Sportsman feature, Mike Rush in 98. Centerville, Ohio driver is on the inside of the fourth row. Car number 19, Carlton Smith. And alongside the feature winner on opening night here at the Speedway back on April 11th, it's Mike Ward from Mechanicsburg. The second fast qualifier is next. He picked up one of those two features a week ago. Car number 83, Pickerington, Ohio driver, Lonnie Rush Sr. And alongside of him in car number 3 from Columbus and ASA standout, Gary St. Amant, your fast qualifier yesterday here at the Speedway. The next driver, car number 2 out of Darbydale, Ohio, 5-time track champion Robbie Dean, and a former track champion beside him from Grove City, Terry Humphrey. The next row, car number 39, it's Randy Maynard Jr., and outside in car number 7, the most improved late model driver a year ago, Bobby Edwards. Car number 5 is next out of New Carlisle, Ohio, it's Dick Dunleavy Jr., and beside him, car 86, Skip Thornton. Burgess White is next in car 59, and alongside 47, Larry Harris. Gene Harsh is in 04, and beside him, car number 4, New Carlisle, Ohio, Larry Harris. Car number 23, the black 23, Danny Brown, the street stock track champion last year. And beside Danny, car number 6, from Orion, Ohio, Gary Williams. And finally, in car 27, Gene Ginn, and car number 12, Denny Dean. Denny Dean, of course, the alternate for this event. John Vallow, who was scheduled to start and had made it back from an ARCA event last night at Flat Rock Speedway, is supposed to run a ARCA race at Toledo Speedway today. So John Vallow not here at the Speedway this evening. The Bob Evans pace car pulls off the track on the backstretch. We're prepared for 75 laps of late model NASCAR Winston Racing Series competition. Pit under the yellow flag. However, when they come back out, they're required to start at the back of the field. So Harsh back out in 04. Also car 86 Skip Thornton with a little pit work on that yellow flag as well. Still 75 laps to go. Joe Hill, second Donnie Renner. Donnie Renner second, Dan Eves third. Okay, track reports have us concerned about the smoking car of Mike Rush. So we're going to have a yellow flag to check out the car number 98 of Mike Rush. It's Joe Hill, Donnie Renner, Dan Eves, Bill Cantley. This time, Dan Eves on the outside of Renner, 30 laps this, and we've got a yellow, Carlton Smith with a spin in turn number 2. 29 laps are complete. Joe Hill and Donnie Renner lead him back around. Bobby Edwards hot into turn number 3, coming to the green flag. He brings out the caution flag with a spin in turn number 3. Eves on the outside of race leader Joe Hill. Halfway. Inside, Dan Eves on the outside, Donnie Renner, Gary St. Amant, and Bill Cantley all tightly bunched. And at a yellow flag. So Danny Brown, we're not sure why he pulled up stop. We had given the white flag, so nearly a catastrophe on the front stretch. Some sort of problem with Danny Brown's 23 car. A white flag. We'll try to get this race restarted the next time around. 39 circuits complete. Again. Mike Ward pulling outside of Bill Cantley, gaining the advantage coming down the front stretch on that restart. So the 61 car forced to the back of the pack. Again, we want these cars to remain in single file order until they get on the front stretch. Ward pulled outside in turn number 3 and took that position away from Cantley before they even got to the start-finish line. Actually, before they came off the 4th turn, he was alongside of Cantley. Of Joe Hill. Renner and Hill race for the lead. St. Amant is now second. Don Brenner the leader. Joe Hill third. Third in car number 9. Number 83, Lonnie Rush. Still stalks leader, Renner. Now Dick Dunleavy Jr. looks like the panhard bar, the rear centering the control section. The bar that controls the rear end on that car is out on car number 5. Car 5, Dick Dunleavy Jr. So the white flag will be out this time around. 58 laps completed. You gotta wonder what experience will do for Gary St. Amant in the waning laps of this 75 lap race. Of course, Don Renner with a lot of experience here at Columbus, but not much behind the wheel of the high-powered late model. 58 down. Ward on the move back in car 61. And Mike Ward up to 5th spot from the tail. Ward is now 4th. Laps to go this time. 8 laps to go. For Donnie Renner, 5 laps. Mike Ward, Dan Eves, Bill Cantley, Terry Humphrey, and Bobby Edwards. The white flag for car 92. the first win ever in a late model, Donnie Renner. Second is Gary St. Amant. Third, Mike Ward. Fourth, Dan Eves. For Donnie Renner. So still no repeat winners in late model competition here in 1992. Our fifth feature event without a repeat winner. And I think that attests to the level of competition here at Columbus Motor Speedway in the NASCAR Winston Racing Series. Starting first in car 08 is Bruce Holmes. Outside of him in car 63, Selena Osborne. The next row in car number 70, Carl Thompson. And beside him in 41, Brian New. The next row, car 14, Jim New. And car 23, He'll make that Mike Taylor. Randall Borman is next. He'll start in car 87. And beside him in 36, it's Jimmy Romans. The next row, car 24, Mike Hamilton. And car number 27, Dave Dysinger. Then comes car number 00, Ron Mangus. Number 3, Butch McAllister. 43 is Mike Schweier. 28, Fred Hartzell. 44, Joe DeFelice. 77, Heavy Hill. 66, your fast qualifier last night. That is make that Paul Baker Jr. Car number 12, a driver change in that car. It's Donald Parsons III. Then comes car 33, Jim McCulley. 72, Rick Honecker. 30, Bill Hunley. 18, Bo Davis. 25, Bubba Parsons. And 35, Tom Idle. Again, I'll try to get you a top 10 as soon as I have one. $30 laps for the street stock portion of the Bob Evans Memorial Day Classic. Okay, unofficially, quickly, the top 10. Donnie Renner. Second was Gary St. Amant. Third, Mike Ward. Fourth, Dan Eves. Fifth was Bill Cantley. Sixth, Terry Humphrey. Seventh, Bobby Edwards. Eighth, Robbie Dean. Ninth, Lonnie Rush. And 10th, Joe Hill. Those unofficial positions. And the leader, Selena Osborne. That lead was short-lived. Bruce Holmes now moves out front in 08. Here comes Carl Thompson in 70 to challenge for second spot. laps down. The leader is Jim New. The leader in 66, Paul Baker Jr. Randall Warman is now second, Jim New third. Randall Warman gets sideways off the fourth turn. He's now getting pressure for that second spot from Mike Schweier. The two second and third place down the backstretch. 87 Borman is second. Schweier at 43 is third. Paul Baker Jr. down the backstretch in 66. Second is car 87. Third is 43 Mike Schweier. Fourth, Joe DeFelice in 44. And fifth, 28. That's Fred Hartzell. The race for a second, a good one. Borman on the outside, or on the inside. Schweier on the inside, outside. Now Schweier is second in car 43. Car 36, Jimmy Romans. Car throwing water on the track, so 36 Jim Romans being disqualified now. Your second place car is on the front stretch now. That's 43 Mike Schweier. Third is 44 Joe DeFelice. In fourth spot, car 28 Fred Hartzell. Fifth is Randall Borman in 87, and sixth, car number 12, Donald Parsons the third. Ten laps to go, 10 laps. And now Mike Schweier slows on the front stretch. Schweier was in that second spot in car 43, but now he's got trouble off the pace down the backstretch. Now Joe DeFelice in 44 is second. Third is Fred Hartzell in 28. Fourth, Randall Borman in 87. And now Mike Schweier off the track in turn number 2. Your leader is 66, Paul Baker Jr. Here comes your second place car down the front stretch, 44, Joe DeFelice. Third is 28, Fred Hartzell. Fourth, Randall Borman at 87. To go. 3 laps to go this time. White flag the next time for Paul Baker Jr. He goes down the backstretch now. The maroon number 66. Still in second spot is the green and yellow 44 of Joe DeFelice. But he's getting pressure from the black 28 of Fred Hartzell. Here comes your Bob Evans Memorial Day Classic Street Stock winner, Paul Baker Jr. Second place, again, a tight battle. Here comes Hartzell on the outside. Joe DeFelice is second. Hartzell, or wait a minute, Randall Borman stuck in there on the inside. We'll have to wait for that second, third, and fourth place call. That second, third, fourth place call will be a close one. We'll have to wait for official scoring. No question about the winner. So next week, the NASCAR Winston Racing Series Late Models Limited Sportsman Street Stocks and the ARCA Pro 4s. 2 weeks from tonight, we've got the Granger Select Race of Legends with Winston Cup legends Cale Yarborough, Donnie Allison, Buddy Baker, and David Pearson here at the Speedway. Leonard O'Neill, you're needed at the Speedway office, please. Leonard O'Neill to the Speedway office. So Paul Baker Jr., repeat winner. He picked up the feature win a week ago. The car is sponsored by All City Auto Wrecking, Mako Auto Refinishing, Buckeye Cutlery, G&W Towing, Cottman Transmission East, Wired to the Max Incorporated, Baker Speed Shop, Roby Tool and Machine, and Porky Speakman. Accepting the trophy from the good folks at Bob Evans Restaurants. We thank you for coming back out, folks. Sorry we had to postpone this until tonight, but we wanted to make sure everybody got their money's worth from last evening's ticket.